Well, what do we got here? We got one of the most iconic rivalries of all time. Scorpion versus Sub-Zero. Well, we all know how this same exact fight played out plenty of times before in the past, but without any voting polls on Scorpion's side or any of Ed Boon's biasness, if that's even a word, on Scorpion's side, who would really win? Is Scorpion just the superior fighter? Is he really just that much better than Sub-Zero to the point where he would just dominate him each time they encounter each other like how he once did in the past? Or will Sub-Zero surprise us? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're curious and want to know the unbiased answer to that question, then stay tuned. There. Oh, don't cry, Sub-Zero. It's okay, buddy. We all win some and we all lose some. Well, you're just a natural born loser, so I guess in your case you could say you lose some and you lose some. See what I did there? I changed the motto. Alright, anyway, just pretend I never said that corny ass joke. But what is up, my MK fans? Welcome to the video where I'm going to be discussing the classic battle being Sub-Zero versus Scorpion. Now, if you've been a fan of the MK series since at least 2011, then you know that this man right here has always been on top. And you knew that every trailer, this was going to be the outcome. He's going to lose. Sub-Zero's going to lose his head. He's going to get shoved into his chest. He's going to look at him like, damn, you fucked me up. And, oh yeah, you can't forget about that one time his spear was thrown right in the middle of his damn temple. Oh, and yeah, I almost forgot. Remember that one time he threw his head against a tree trunk? Yeah, damn, it's not looking good. And I 100% blame this man right here, since Scorpion is his favorite character. So, of course, he's going to want him to win every battle, right? But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to be discussing their styles. Now, why is this important? It is important to discuss this because I feel like you need to consider everything in order to get a more accurate answer. Now, I just want to say a quick disclaimer. I am not part of NetherRealm Studios. This is just my opinion. This is not official. But don't you think it's a little suspicious how Scorpion has a spear, but also the NetherRealm logo has a spear? Something suspicious about that. I'm just saying, the biasness over there is real. But anyway, like I said, since I'm going to be discussing their fighting styles, I am going to be getting that information from MK Deadly Alliance, because that is the only game that really goes into depth as to like what fighting styles they use. So as you can see, Sub-Zero, he uses Shotokan, Dragon, and his Kori Blade. You can see that right underneath where it says fighting styles. Now, I did do my research, and I already had a feeling that it wasn't real, but I just wanted to be sure on the safe side. So, basically, it's not a real blade. It's just basically a big-ass popsicle. A very big popsicle, which I do not suggest eating because it's very sharp. But anyway, on to my favorite demon. We got Scorpion, and his fighting style is a hot keto, pie guy, and his ninja sword. Now, I didn't get a picture of that because that's obviously a real thing. But anyway, so, yes, like I said, I did do my research, and I'm going to explain to you guys both of the fighting styles just so you could get an understanding of how they actually fight. So, yeah, we're going to start off with Shotokan, which is my boy Sub-Zero's fighting style. Now, I don't want to bore you guys to death, so I'm just going to give you guys a short summary of the fighting style so you could understand how they fight. Which is Sub-Zero, the Ice Cold's hero's fighting style. So, I will get into their abilities later. I just want to, give you guys an overall idea of how they fight. So, I want you to pay attention to that Sub-Zero right now. Look at his stance, okay? Now, compare those to these. Now, obviously, they're different, but they're still the same. The only thing that's really different is, number one, they got old people doing it, which I don't know why, because next thing you know, they're going to be on the floor screaming, "Oh, cramp!" But those are very identical, except that one. That just looks like a MILF trying to practice Shotokan, which I don't suggest she does either, because he could bend over and, like, bend the ligament or whatever. But anyway, so, I did enough talking, so let's talk about Shotokan. Alright, so it's time to educate y'all dummies on Shotokan. Nah, I'm just playing. But anyway, so, in combat, Shotokan is a striking style that emphasizes stopping an opponent with powerful kicks or punches quickly. But that's not it though. Shotokan also teaches self-defense through a series of Chiron basics, kata forms, and Kermite sparring. Now, don't worry, I know those are three long, complicated ass words. When you hear me say them, you're probably like, what the hell is this dude talking about? But don't worry, because as the video goes on, I'll explain what those mean. So, anyway, Shotokan is also known as a hard martial arts style rather than soft because it emphasizes strikes, long stances, and sparring techniques. Higher belts also learn some grappling and jujitsu style techniques. Now, tell me my commentary was not fluent as hell, bro. I bet you couldn't even tell that I was reading that off my phone. But anyway, so basically, in a nutshell, basically what Shotokan is, it's a style that, you know, focuses on defense. So if you're a fighter who likes, you know, go and fight, you know, protecting yourself, you don't want your pretty face to get all effed up, then Shotokan is for you. And also, you know, also if you also like to keep your distance between a person, Shotokan is also good for that too, because, you know, eventually, you know, as you practice, you'll get better at, you know, extending your legs and your arms to know how to kind of dictate the distance between your opponents. So that's what Shotokan basically is. It's a defensive fighting style, and it's also good for, you know, fighting, keeping your distance, you know, quarantine shit basically. Now, if you guys are wondering why I have a picture of a man by the name of Ryoko Masuri on the screen, oh god, I know I butchered the fuck out of his name. I just hope the guy, he doesn't come to my house and like roundhouse kick the shit out of me for disrespecting his name. But anyway, the reason why I have a photo of this man on the screen is because he is actually a UFC fighter that uses Shotokan with an impressive record of 26 wins and only 9 losses. So hey man, he knows how to use Shotokan. He could whoop some ass with it. So if you guys are curious to actually see some Shotokan in action, then hey man, look him up on YouTube. Look up highlights of him on YouTube and, you know, watch it. But anyway, on to the next. But you know what, guys? I feel like I'm forgetting something. If I can remember, I'll say it. But yeah, I'm definitely forgetting something here. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, my bad. Forget my disrespect. But Kai, what is wrong with you, man? The disrespect is so real. Kai, you gotta give credit where credit is due, man. Jeez. Anyway, if you guys are wondering who this man right here is, well, he's a legend because he is the person who pretty much created Shotokan. So Sub-Zero, you gotta give this man a big thank you and massive props, because if it wasn't for him, then shoot, you wouldn't even be using the style of Shotokan. So big shout out to this man. He is a legend, and English is my first and only language, so I know I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of his name as well. But hey, big shout out to Gaikujin Fanakushi. I think that's probably right. I don't know, but it's probably not. But anyway, big shout out to this man right here, because without him, Shotokan wouldn't exist. So, now that we got Shotokan and its history out the way, next we're gonna move on to my favorite demon, Scorpion, and his fighting style, which is Hapkido. Alright, so let's talk about Hapkido, which is used by my favorite demon, Scorpion. Man, I feel kind of weird saying that though, like my favorite demon, because, bruh, demons ain't nice. Those motherfuckers will fucking possess your ass and fucking do all types of shit. Oh god, I'm probably gonna manifest one now. Fuck, I'm scared now. God damn it. Alright, anyway, enough of that. Alright, so let's talk about Hapkido. So, guys, I gotta come clean here. I know I said I did do research, which I did do, but I gotta say this because fuck, I really shouldn't, but whatever, I'll just say it. So everything I'm saying right now is not off the dome, okay? I am reading it because I took a screenshot from a website that, you know, talks about martial arts or whatever, and I kind of wish I didn't say that. You know why? Because if I didn't, then I would just sound like a martial art genius. Like, you know, I'll be like Jimmy. I'll just be a genius, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I did study it, but I'm not like an expert. So if my commentary seems a little like slow and like sluggish, it's because I'm reading it, okay? So I kind of wish I didn't say that. Why'd you say that, Kai? You would have sounded so smart, man. All right, whatever. So yeah, like I said, I am reading it off a website, so forgive me. I'm gonna try my best to read as fluent as possible. But if I like that right there, if I do something like that, then yeah, man, you know why. So anyway, let's get into it. So Hapkido is a hybrid Korean martial art that focuses on, it doesn't even say focuses. What it says is it's a martial art. What? It is a form of self-defense that employs joint locks, grappling, and throwing techniques. Damn, that was bad. Okay. And so actually one thing I want to mention is that this actually caught my attention, because if you were listening earlier on when I was talking about Shotokan, which is, you know, my boy Sub-Zero, the Ice Cold Hero, his fighting style, I explained how it focuses on self-defense. Now, it's the same thing with Hapkido. Now, obviously, every type of martial art is gonna have self-defense in it, because you don't fucking go in there and want to get hit in the face. That's But that's the whole purpose of martial arts, is to learn how to fight and protect yourself. So every martial art is gonna have just self-defense in it. But that's not all where that's not where the similarities end though. The also one of the similar traits that they both have is the striking aspect. Now, also I mentioned this with Sotokan too. So for example, let's just say picture yourself in a dojo, right? You're putting in the work, you're determined to, learn how to whoop ass with Hapkido or whatever. So for example, since Hapkido also focuses on strikes, like long distance strikes, you'll be able to kind of, let's say if I were to get into a fight with you, which first of all I would knock your ass the fuck out if we did get into a fight, but let's just say we did get into a fight, right? And let's say you know how to use Hapkido, you will be able to kind of let's say if I'm pressuring you and I'm all up in your shit, all up in your personal space, trying to beat you the fuck up. If you're good at Hapkido, you would also you will be able to kind of keep your distance between me, because you'll be able to extend your legs further and your punches further, so that every time I will kind of come near you, I would get hit and shit. So those are where the two similarities come in play with Sotokan and Hapkido. So, also one more thing too I gotta mention about Hapkido. So Hapkido, it doesn't only focus on defense and its strikes, it also focuses on throwing. Now, what I mean by throwing is, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you're on some Incredible Hulk type shit and you pick someone up and throw them 30 feet across the universe. No, that's not what throwing means. Usually in martial arts, what throwing means is you grapple somebody and you kind of pin them on the ground so they can't move. And hey man, once you got that person on the ground, they're all yours. You can do whatever you want to them then, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so yeah, that's basically what Hapkido is in a nutshell. It focuses on strikes, long distance strikes, similar to Sotokan, and it also focuses on tackling. So yeah, that's basically what Sotokan is. So if you were, now I can't really say which one is better. Now I think that's more of a preference. I can't say Sotokan, especially since I don't have experience with neither of the two. Obviously, I'm a couch potato, a fit couch potato, because I do work out. But anyway, I'm talking too much, so I can't say which is better. So I can't say, oh well, Sub-Zero would beat him because he uses Sotokan, and vice versa. I can't say Scorpion would beat him because he uses Hapkido, because both are different. And ultimately, who would really win the fight? It all comes down to who is the better fighter and who fights best that battle. So I can't say Sotokan is better or Hapkido is better. So I really think it's just a preference, you know what I mean? Maybe you could get a better opinion on if you ask somebody who tried both of them, and they'll say, oh, well, I like Hapkido, or I like Sotokan better. But yeah, I can't say which one is better. You can't scientifically prove that each one is better. I think it's more just a preference. Now I'm going to talk on to how I think the fight will play. So Sub-Zero, he was captured by some bastards, fucking sick people. He was taken away from his family with his brother Bihan, which is another person that I'm not talking about right now because he's irrelevant at this point. So basically, he's been training since he was 9 years old. Now, I see this fight going. What I think Sub-Zero would do is he would try to use his years of training in Sotokan and he'll use his self-defense on his side. So let's say a Scorpion's being all aggressive, because he's a fucking demon. He thinks that he murdered his family. So, and what the demons do, they're all fucking mad and talking about some, oh, I wanna fucking kill you, bitch, I hate you! So I think what Scorpion's gonna do is, since he's already a fucking demon, so he's always pissed the fuck off no matter what. He's always having a bad day. I think what he'll do is he'll be aggressive as fuck. And I think when the fight, when Mr. Announcer Man says something like round 1 fight, Scorpion, I think he's gonna pit Sub-Zero on the back foot. I think he's gonna rush towards him, and at first it might look, pretty ugly for Sub-Zero, because, and fun fact, you could actually look this up. I learned about this a while ago, but I actually didn't know. But, the reason why Scorpion is nicknamed Scorpion, because Scorpion isn't his real fucking name. I mean, what fucking parent names a kid Scorpion? That's just a dumbass fucking name. But anyway, why his name is Scorpion is because you gotta think about it. What are scorpions? Not that scorpion, the animal scorpion that you find on the beach. They are very, very fast when they strike. And Scorpion is also fast when he strikes, so that's actually where he got that nickname from. Scorpion is because when he attacks, he's very quick. You can actually Google it if you want to. That's it's official. So anyway, so I think what will happen is I think when they fight, I think Scorpion will try to pit Sub-Zero on the back foot. He'll be swinging, going on crazy like shoot 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 shoot. You know, and after that, I think at first it will kind of be hard for Sub-Zero to keep up with them just because he's incredibly fast when he attacks. But I think eventually Sub-Zero he'll learn to adapt to his speed, and then once he adapts to his speed, I think he could use his defensive ability to, you know, maybe counter Sub-Zero. Not how the fuck is he gonna counter himself? What I meant to say was I think he'll use his defensive ability to counter Scorpion's attacks. And shoot, let's just say, you know, Scorpion does his classic iconic "Get over here, bitch." Obviously, he doesn't say bitch. I just added it in because I'm fucking stupid. But let's say he adds that where he decides to throw a spear. If Sub-Zero is quick enough with his defensive skill, hell, he might be able to deflect it or even catch it, like how he does in this picture. So honestly, here's what I think will happen in this fight. I think as the fight progresses, you know, Scorpion will be pinning him on the back foot, and eventually Sub-Zero will learn how to adapt to his speed, and you know, Scorpion will also get countered. So that's how I think the fight will go. Now, who would win? I'm gonna get into that like maybe just a couple more minutes in, because we still, unlike Ed Boon or NetherRealm Studios, I'm not gonna be biased and be like, oh well, Sub-Zero's gonna win because he's better defensive. He's a better defensive fighter than Scorpion, or Scorpion will win because he's quicker and he can summon Hellfire. Oh, like nah, I'm not gonna do that. I acknowledge everything, even if it may seem ridiculous, because I want to get the most accurate answer that I can get. So I'm gonna acknowledge everything. Okay, so. Alright, so now we gotta move on to their powers and their abilities, but not just their abilities. I'm actually gonna explain how powerful their abilities really are. So first, let's start off with my boy Sub-Zero. So as we all know, he has the ability to freeze, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous as fuck, man. Why can't I freeze things, man? Fucking sucks, man. Anyway, so he has the ability to freeze. So hey, guys, I said, hey, listen, I know a lot of Scorpion fanboys may not like what I'm about to say, and if you don't like it, then honestly, you can suck my dick. I don't give a fuck what you guys think. But anyway, if I'm being honest with you guys, alright, so anybody who's been a fan, or who at least played MK9 and they've beaten the story mode, you all remember that one clip when Sub-Zero, he was turned into Cyber Sub-Zero, and he got into beef with Goro and Kentaro, and he froze them. Now you may be asking yourself, yeah, I remember, but what does that have to do with who's gonna win? Well, this is important because I'm going to be I'm going to be describing how powerful Sub-Zero really is when he freezes. So obviously, as we know, if you're fighting someone in the actual game, once you freeze somebody, they stay frozen for only about like what, maybe 3 seconds or 4 seconds maybe, and then you know after that, you know, they unfreeze or whatever. But Kano was there, okay, and I'm talking about I forgot what chapter it was, but it was Cyber Sub-Zero's chapter. Now in this chapter, he froze Goro and Kentaro, which, oh my god, these boys are huge. These are some big boys we're talking about, y'all. And when he froze them, I assume it has to be. I assume it's because of their size and their weight, the BMI or whatever. Since they're so fucking strong, they managed to break out of his ice in a matter of what? No exaggeration, probably about like what, 5-6 seconds. Now, keep in mind, Kano was there. And the reason why Kano is important is because he is about average height. He's about 5'10". If you're about like 5'9", 5'10", you're about average height. They keep on switching it from 5'9" to 5'10". But anyway, Kano is about average height, okay? And he was frozen as well. Now, keep in mind, Goro and Kentaro, when they were frozen, they managed to snap out of it like that, okay? And so, I don't know how the hell he did it. Cyber Sub-Zero is goated as fuck because he managed to defeat both of them, okay? So, once he defeated both of them, Kano was still frozen, okay? Now, we don't know how long that fight lasted, but I assume it lasted pretty fucking long because Sub-Zero is not just going to be able to fucking defeat two big-ass giants, like, in a matter of 2.2 seconds. So, I don't know how long that fight was, but Kano was still fucking frozen, okay? Now, keep in mind, if he was still frozen, okay, What in the hell makes you think that if Scorpion gets frozen by Sub-Zero, oh my god, dude, he's pretty much fucking screwed. You know why? Because even though Scorpion he's a demon, but his body is still in his human form, and he's pretty tall. He's about 6'2". But the point that I'm trying to make, and the reason why this plays such a massive role is because if Kano didn't break out of it and Goro and Kentaro did, what in the hell makes you think that Scorpion can do it? Scorpion, he's not strong. He's fucking strong, but he's not as strong as Goro and Kentaro. So once he's frozen, God knows how long he's gonna stay frozen for. And once he's frozen, bro, guys, if we're being realistic, Scorpion's kind of screwed here, because if he gets frozen, then pretty much Sub-Zero can just do this to him. Hey, now to all my Scorpion fanboys out there who are butthurt as fuck, hey, that's just me being realistic, okay? If you get frozen in real life, there's no way in hell you're getting out of that shit. The only way you're getting out is if you're Goro, if you have the strength of Goro or Kentaro, or if a friend or family members of yours happens to find you and they have like a laser that produces enough heat to melt the ice, but chances are that's not gonna happen. So if you stay frozen, bro, you're just gonna have to stay frozen for eternity, unless you somehow manage to gain godlike strength and break out that shit, or Mortal Kombat physics play a part in real life, which we all know they don't. But hey, that's just me being realistic. And guys, I know there's no fun in realism. I feel like that's a word, right? Realism. Yeah, I heard that before, but I know there's no fun in realism. Like, let's just say if some Melina fans were to like tweet at Ed Boon, and they got Ed Boon in an interview, and one of the questions was, hey, why don't you bring Melina back? And he said, oh, well, she died. People are gonna look at him like, yeah, but it's a video game. She could come back, right? It's not real life. Surely she could come back. Like, if he gave you an answer like that, we will all be disappointed. Now, I'm not even a Melina fan, but I would be disappointed in that as well. So, but, like I said, even though if this fight were to happen, even though that's gonna be the case, okay? Both of them are gonna get hit with either of their superpowers, so most likely, Scorpion is gonna get frozen. And if we're being realistic, then GG Scorps. He took his first L in a long time, so that's a GG for Scorps. But I know there's no fun in an answer like that. That's too realistic, so I am not gonna let that slide. Okay, so even though that's what can happen, I'm not gonna let that slide. And if you're one of those Scorpion fanboys who are still butthurt as fuck about it, then honestly, I don't give a fuck what you gotta think or say. You can suck my king size dick, and if you want validation that's a king size dick, then go ask your mama. She knows best. But anyway, so now that we got that out the way, let's talk about Scorpion. So I'm not going to talk about regular old Scorpion. I'm talking about Inferno Scorpion. Now, for those of you, I'm assuming you do know, since this is a video is dedicated towards the MK audience. But just in case you don't know, he's still the same person. But when I say Inferno Scorpion, that's basically just like Scorpion on steroids. Why is it Scorpion on steroids? Because for those of you who don't know, Scorpion, he was a regular human, just like me. He was a Japanese ninja, and he was a part of a clan called the Shirai Ryu. And, he was murdered, his family was murdered, and so he was murdered as well by Kratos' long-lost brother, Quan Chi. No, they're not actually brothers, I just said that. But anyway, I wouldn't be surprised if they were related. They're both pale as hell. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. So yeah, he was murdered. So was his family. And yeah, he basically blamed what Quan Chi did was once he killed Hanzo, which is Scorpion. He basically took his corpse, right, and he summoned it. Like, he did some magical shit. Like, he did a spell, and once he did that spell, he basically turned him into his slave, and then he fed him lies talking about some, oh, Sub-Zero killed your family and you, which did not happen. He's a fucking liar. So yeah. So now he's a demon, And he's already OP as hell, because not only is he a good fighter, not only is he incredibly fast when he strikes, hence why his nickname is Scorpion, but now he can summon Hellfire, so he can fucking burn shit. So now you gotta deal with a fighter who's already a naturally good fighter, but now you gotta deal with a person who can summon flames. Now that's just regular Scorpion. Now I'm talking about Inferno. Inferno Scorpion is basically Scorpion when he is in Hell. Now the reason why Hell, which is the Nether Realm in Mortal Kombat, the reason why this is important is because this is where he was reborn, okay? And it's pretty much his new home now, so he's most comfortable there. But that's not what it's not just it also just doesn't comfort him. What it does is it boosts his powers. And unfortunately, I cannot find like information on like a percentage on like how much it boosts his powers. So, like, it doesn't say anything like, oh, being in another realm it boosts his power by 20%. We don't know. We just know that the Nether Realm boosts his power. So Scorpion's he's already a pain in the ass to deal with when he's in his demon form. But Inferno Scorpion, oh hell no. See what I did there? Hell no. Okay, but no. Anyway, so basically, he's juiced up when he's in another room. So what I believe in this, keep in mind, this is just my opinion. This is not accurate. But I believe that if this fight were to happen anywhere else but the Nether Realm, say like let's say it happened in Outworld or something like that. If this happened like anywhere else but the Nether Realm, I believe that the fight will be a long fight, difficult fight for both of the fighters, but I believe that Sub-Zero would ultimately prevail and he could counter him. Because I don't care who you are, I don't care how much, I don't care how mentally tough you are, how much willpower you have. You can have Kobe Bryant's mentality, which we all know is an insane mentality. R.I.P. Kobe, by the way. But I don't care if you're Kobe. If you get hit by a mean ass uppercut like this, I don't care how much willpower you have, you are not getting up from that shit. Now, even if you do get up, you're going to be in severe pain, and you won't even be able to eat after that. Every time you talk, you're going to be talking about some, because your jaw is broken. So, realistically, if Sub-Zero hits him, if he uses defensive ability to counter him, and he gets hit with a mean shot, realistically, Scorpion, he's going to be hurt. And like I said, it could be vice versa. Sub-Zero can get damage as well. But I believe that if this fight would have happened anywhere else but the Nether Realm, I feel like Sub-Zero will take it. But in the Nether Realm, oh hell no. I just think that I don't know how long Sub-Zero would last. I don't think that he will completely, I don't think Scorpion would completely just like run through him, but I think Scorpion would take it. I just think that in another realm, Scorpion will just be too much for him to handle. Now keep in mind, it is not impossible to defeat Scorpion in the Nether Realm, because Raiden once did it, but come on, like, Raiden, you're a god. I mean, I'm not trying to take away your props from defeating Scorpion in the Nether Realm, but you're a god. I mean, like, come on now. I mean, like, you're a god, you know what I mean? But yeah, so it's not impossible to defeat him, it's just insanely very difficult to beat him. So like I said, I feel like if this fight, I'm just repeating myself now, so basically no Nether Realm, Sub-Zero takes it, and Nether Realm, Scorpion takes it. So that's just my opinion on who would win. But let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you agree? And don't let your, hey, let's be honest, I know I'm a Sub-Zero fan, but hey, I put my biasness to the side, and I'm giving an honest answer. Now, and same thing, if you're a Scorpion fan, don't let your biasness blind you. Don't let your emotions blind you. Use common sense. And let me know who you think would win. So use that, type that in the comment section, because I'm curious to see what you guys think. And yeah, with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and peace.